Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to a franchise with the Seattle Mariners, brought to you by this fella J Mo's Productions. So, as you see here, we're taking on the Cubs here, going in the trade deadline. And then of course, after this series with the Cubs, we will be doing our monthly recap of the month of July. So, um, as you see, 47-53 going in the trade deadline. I really all made my moves already. I made them early just because, I mean, I didn't want any of these guys being taken away by other clubs. So that's why I got Waka like at the All-Star break. I got a couple other guys at the All-Star break. Um, and then, as you saw in my last video, I called some guys up, as in Juan Francisco right here. So he's going to go ahead and get his first game action in this game. Actually, I might do 2 games just because it's only a really one game or one series set right here, finishing off the road trip before the monthly recap here and going into August. And of course, there's going to be waivers and there's going to be other things that I can talk about in that monthly recap. So let's go ahead and get into the game here. Like I said, I don't think there's really any other moves that I want to make. I think we're pretty set right now. Actually, I wanted to talk about something first. Like I said, I kind of like browsed around for some potential deals that I could have made going in the trade deadline, like later on. I was doing that when I got Waka and everything, like right after that. And I actually came across some pretty like interesting deals, but I didn't know if I should make them or not, just because I have some people already in place like Vogelbach. So really, one of the deals I had, or two of the deals I had, and these were like the best deals I found, was Robinson Cano and Adam Lind for either Miggy or Joey Votto. And both of them would have gone through. They both would have been accepted and everything. The values matched up and all that. So you're probably saying, well, why didn't you pull the trigger on that deal? Well, honestly, I don't know. My thought process when I didn't accept those deals or offer those deals was I have Dan Vogelbach right here, and he's been doing real well. Um, and then there's always next year. There's always in the off season. I can make those deals if I wanted to too. Obviously, finding other people. Really though, right now, my main thought process was getting younger, and we're not too young. I mean, EC, Seager, and Martin are both 28. That's not too young. I mean, they're 28 years old. Francisco's 28. Cano's 33. Zunino is 25. Gurriel's young. Ketel Marte is young. So we're not old. I mean, we have like Cruz and Robinson Cano are both into like their mid 30s. I don't think we're young. I would like to call us inexperienced. Like as you see, Seager's only 5 years in the big leagues. I think Martin's about 3. We're just inexperienced, and none of these guys have ever played on a team that has been really good and played on a team that has been, gone into the postseason and had success in the postseason. Maybe Martin did with the Rangers. But other than that, obviously Cano was with the Yankees when they were real good for a long time, won a couple World Series titles with them. But other than that, we don't really have, and obviously we have Rodriguez. I think Ionetta's played on some good teams um, in Los Angeles with the Angels. But other than that, I mean, we really don't have anyone. Even in our pitching staff, I mean, Carnes, he was on the Rays and the Nationals, but he never really played with the Nationals. King Felix has been on the Mariners ever since the start of his career in 2005. Waka's been on the Cardinals, and they had some postseason success with him, and he's been with them for 3 years now. Strickland, he was with the Giants a couple years ago. He had 7 innings pitched in 2014. I think he was on their postseason roster though, so he had some postseason experience. Other than that, Cishek, he was with the Cardinals. It's actually not letting me go down. I don't know why, but he was with the Cardinals and he pitched with them. Um, Other than that, I mean, we're just young and inexperienced, so I was kind of trying to take care of that. With the Votto and um, Miguel Cabrera, they're both locked up on really long and expensive contracts. And here's the thing, I didn't want to go and get myself into a very long contract that, I mean, both are, Miggy's probably the best hitter in the game. Votto's up there as well. Both Hall of Famers. So I don't know. I don't really have any two contracts that are super expensive besides Cano and Fernandez here, but I just didn't want to get bogged down and then get behind and trying to make, some signings. I have $22 million available. It probably would have been around 5 or 8 had I traded for Votto and Miguel Cabrera, somewhere in there. Not above 10 for sure. So, I don't know. I really just kind of wanted to give Vogelbach a chance. I think he's only 23 years old. I think he can be a really good first baseman for us in the future. I just want to give him some more time to develop, and I think I can have some guys like Juan Francisco and A-Rod kind of have that position right now and buy more time for Vogelbach, and then potentially even next season, have Francisco still, and then maybe I can sign someone that can play first base for a year or two, depending on how Vogelbach does. So that was really my thought process. And then two, I didn't really have anyone who could play second base. I mean, O'Malley could, but he's been struggling. I do have Freeman. He's been doing really well down in AAA. He could have played second base. I signed Pastor Nicky. Gurriel could play some second for us, and then Marte could play some second too. So I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things that was kind of a toss-up, but I decided not to do it to kind of just stay in-house. I know the Mariners haven't really made some. They've never really made like a huge splash in free agents or on the trade deadline and like traded for a bunch of guys. So I kind of wanted to stay realistic. And then two, another thing, and I think this is important as to why I didn't make the deals. I just didn't think they were realistic. I mean, Adam Lind, veteran, decent player. He'll provide some numbers on offense. But Robinson Cano, who's batting 233 right now, him and Lind, I don't know if the Reds would trade Votto. And even, I think Votto even has like a no trade, he can veto some trades like Lucroy did to the Indians this year. And then I do not see the Tigers trading Miguel Cabrera to the Mariners for Robinson Cano and Adam Lind. I don't really see that happening with the way that Robinson Cano is playing right now. So that's another thing as to why I didn't make those deals. Anyway, go ahead and sim ahead here. Robinson's no longer injured. Let's go ahead and get into the Cubs series here. I'll probably play the Waka and Hernandez game and then give the highlights of them and then sim the Chicago game and then head into our monthly recap. So that's my plan here for this episode. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll get into the game here and you guys will see the highlights starting right now. Alright guys, welcome to Seattle Mariners Baseball. Today we're taking on the Cubs, who are 70-32. We come in at 47-53. So Cubs playing great baseball, as they should, on their way to possibly win 100 games this year in real life and this game. So there you see the great matchup between Chris Bryant and Felix Hernandez, established veteran and young and up-and-coming superstar. On the mound for the Cubs, Jason Hamill, 20 starts, 12-4, 2.99 ERA, and 129 and a thirds innings pitched. 141 hits, 28 walks, and 114 strikeouts. So looking to have another good day here against the Mariners. On the mound for us, we got King Felix, 20 starts, 7-7, 2.99 ERA, 135 and a third innings pitched, 131 hits, 23 walks, and 128 strikeouts. He's on a little rough patch lately his past couple starts. I think he's got a loss and maybe a couple no decisions. So hopefully we can get him the win here. He's in a jam here. This is the bottom of the fifth, I think, but he gets a ground ball to get out of it. So that's good to see, not giving up any runs. Skip to the top of the eighth here. Is a really good pitcher's duel. Mike Zunino crushes one to deep left center field, puts it out to get the Mariners on the board first in the eighth inning. So that brings in Justin Grimm. Not so great stats coming out of the bullpen. He shuts it down, and we bring in Hunter Strickland to start the ninth. He gives up a single to Zobrist, who pinch hit, but then he gets a double play ball from Fowler, and that'll be his day. We will bring in Furbush for the better matchup against the lefty Hayward here, and he will strike him out to end the bottom of the eighth, throwing to first, as you see. So that will bring in Mattis for the Cubs here, and trying to get it to the bottom of the ninth, but Cruz gives us some breathing room, then gives us another run to make it 2-0. His 33rd home run of the year there. So Cishek on for the close. looking to shut it down. He has a 2-run lead here, but the Cubs are pretty dangerous. He comes in to face Bryant, Rizzo, and then Russell. He gives up a home run to Rizzo here. As you can see, tried to get away with the low changeup, but stayed up a little bit, and Rizzo did not miss it whatsoever. Gets a ground ball from Coghlan here, though, so after striking out Russell. So he gets a save. That is his 15th on the year. King Felix had a lot of pitches, a lot of deep counts, but he had a good day overall. So did Nelson. So as you guys saw, that was an absolute great game played by us against my team, actually, the Cubs, my favorite team. They're the Cubs. They're a really good team. Him pitched a great game, pitched to contact. As you see, went to 12-5 on the year. Didn't strike a bunch of people out. I think he only had 3 strikeouts, but he pitched contact. Low pitch count. We were hitting the ball. He was letting us hit it. We were just hitting it right at people. We were popping stuff up. He pitched a really good game. King Felix, he would have pitched an absolute, gem more than he did, but he couldn't get that low strike. The ump wasn't giving it to him, and he is a sinker ball pitcher, so that was a bit of a problem. That's why he had so many deep counts and so many pitches. He actually had like 110 pitches by the time I pulled him, so he had a lot of pitches. Next game, Wacha taking on Lackey. I'm just going to do that one game because I talked a bunch before that game. So Wacha has some familiarity with the Cubs here, coming from the Cardinals. So looking to get the win here, improve to 13-3 on the year against John Lackey. 2-3 loss. Tommy Pham is no longer injured. And today is the 31st, so that makes today the trade deadline. But like I said, I'm not going to make any more moves. I made my moves early, and I am perfectly content with the team we have. Looking to get the win here and take 2 out of 3 from the Chicago Cubs, but they have Arrieta on the mound, their ace. We have Paxton on the mound going for us, looking to get to 9-5 on the year, and he does not. So let's take a look at these box scores here. 0-4 loss. They had 9 hits to our 6. Martin 3 for 4, up to 273 on the year. Seager 1 for 5. Cruz 0 for 3. Cano 0 for 4. Zunino 1 for 4, up to 196. Aoki 0 for 4. Marte 1 for 3, and that was it. We had 7 strikeouts against 5 walks. Martin and Seager both had doubles. Paxton had a sack bunt. Paxton takes a loss, goes to 8-6 on the year, 3 2/3. Not a good outing. 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts for 3.62 ERA. Scribner came in, held it down for 2 1/3, 2 hits, 1 strikeout for a 4.19 ERA. And then Knievel, familiar with the Cubs again, coming from the Brewers, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts for a 4.20 ERA. Jake Arrieta had a really good day on the mound. 6 hits in a full game shutout with 7 strikeouts against 5 walks. Take a look at this other box score. This was Wacha's game. 10 innings, extra innings here. 2-3 loss. Still played them pretty tough. We had 2 errors and 4 hits against their 5 hits. Martin 0 for 5. Aoki 0 for 3. Seager 1 for 4. Cruz 0 for 4. Francisco 1 for 4. He's off to a hot start at the big leagues with the Mariners, with an RBI and a run scored. Cano 1 for 4. The run scored and RBI as well. And Gurriel had a pinch hit at bat where he got a hit. Francisco and Cano both had home runs, so they both had RBIs. Aoki and Zunino both had errors. Take a look at Wacha on the mound here. Scribner takes a loss, goes to 0-2. Wacha 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and 7 strikeouts. Really good day on the mound for him. Did not get him the win though. ZRA goes to 2.79 on the year. Gil Martin again solid out of the pen. 2 innings pitched, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, still with that 0 ERA. And Scribner takes a loss, like I said, going to 0-2. 2/3 of an innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, no strikeouts for a 4.97 ERA on the year now. So I'll wrap this up. For this episode, I'll get into the waivers. As you see, all these guys being placed on waivers, as you see right there. Notifications right there in your transactions page or tab down there. I'll get into that next video though. Hope you guys enjoyed. We didn't play bad against Cubs. Obviously against Arrieta we got shut out, but that's Arrieta. Other than that, we played pretty well. Got King Felix in mound, hopefully getting him going. We got him a win finally. Other than that, we played pretty good though against the best team in baseball. So I'm pretty happy with that. That takes us to 48-55 on the year, and that will take us to our July recap video next video or episode. So that'll be it for this video. We're opening a pretty long homestand here before we hit the road again. So hopefully we can take all this momentum and continue that into our next couple weeks here into September and then October. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next episode.